Welcome to Follow Your Joy podcast, where intuition is the doorway to your wisdom, your genius, and your joy. I'm your host, Marla Diane, and I've been transforming creative entrepreneurs' lives for over 26 years. Through two businesses as a success coach and a business strategist, and prior to that, an entertainment publicist and a talent manager for 2 decades. It's time to make joy your inner GPS for life and business decisions rather than lean on your logic and reason first. You'll not only be following what is most authentic to you and for you, but you will live the beautiful life that's meant just for you. You'll come to learn that following your joy is a life and a business strategy. Listen in for inspiring entrepreneurial stories and solocasts that illuminate how by trusting your intuition, you'll create a fulfilling result. Want to learn how to access, trust, or up-level your intuition? Join me in the conversation to find out how. We are back for episode 13, The Ripple Effect. It's like a love letter to humanity. I know we could all use some extra love about now as we finish up the summer and begin to dive into fall time, right? Let's do a catch-up chat first, though, and then I'll give you this beautiful gift I'm paying forward from a colleague. So a few things. Although my birthday is at the end of this week, I've given myself a trip to Italy in September, since August is not a favorable time to go, given the super hot weather. And as tradition goes in Europe, Italians take 2 to 3 weeks off in August. And I love immersing myself in the culture while I'm there. And if locals are mostly out on holiday, it doesn't make it that much fun, does it? So I'm heading to Rome for 5 days and the Amalfi Coast region for 8 days in late September with a good friend who loves Italy as much as I do. Cannot wait for Sorrento, Pompeii, Positano, Capri, Ravello. Oh, I've been waiting since 2020 to go. Plans to do this trip was in development March 2020. And you know what happened, right? So, to say the least, I am beyond ready to step foot into that beautiful country, soak in the gorgeous culture and the architecture and the people and the landscape and the food and the traditions. Been planning it since April. So, watch for photos and reels and videos on Instagram of our travels. So excited. Let's talk about life purpose. Have you noticed for yourself, and perhaps some people you know, are in between one stage of life, ready to transform into another phase? In other words, reinvention. But they are in discovery mode. They're not clear yet. Maybe that's you too. And that is actually perfect. No demands for an answer. And I encourage you just allow the answers to come from listening within. Don't demand. That's kind of you know, a masculine mode, as in get it done, hurry up. This is a lean back, receive, be open, yeah, for some answers. Because I find that people currently are either leaving relationships that no longer fit them because they've served their purpose, or they're looking to manifest that next soul relationship, or they're reinventing their livelihoods to match their joy because they no longer want to be available to the grind and the hustle. Instead, they want more meaning, even if it means a change in income temporarily. Does that sound familiar for you or friends that are around you? So, I have a cool tip for you and your friends. In fact, send them to the podcast to listen to this episode. But this cool tip is around the redefining of your life purpose and deliberate creation. It's one of my favorites. Have you heard of the metaphysical term entelechy? It's spelled Entelecchy. Here's what it means. It's the seed of what you're meant to be and do in this lifetime. True potential. It's what was planted in you, part of your soul, upon entering this body in this lifetime. So, for example, a simple example, the entelechy, the intention of an acorn is to be a robust, tall, strong, beautiful oak tree that gives to the circle of life and nature. The way to begin exploring your own entelechy is to find the patterns of joy in your life, starting with childhood. It's like connecting to the dots. It's one of the main reasons I named this podcast Follow Your Joy. So begin with this, writing in your journal or an audio message to yourself. Ask your intuition these following questions, not logic, but from your heart space, which is where creativity and passion, imagination, and joy reside. So here's the 3 questions. Identify what you were attracted to as a child that brought you joy and inspiration. Number 2 is define your passions today. Name at least 5. Number 3, who is a role model for doing what you would love to do, be, or have? So a while back, I wrote down in my journal all the things that lit me up as a young girl and brought me joy. And I realized these actually showed up in my adult life as my professions. So this success does leave clues. I also found one of the major benefits of strengthening my intuition was also helping me clarify my entelechy. I found that my purpose is synonymous with my entelechy. So I revised my purpose. Here it is: to inspire and mentor creatives and youth to follow their joy, listen to their intuition, and use their genius talents to create success and fulfillment. See if you can, kind of arrive at a similar place where you basically have a life purpose statement. So, wouldn't it be worth the effort to create the daily habit of accessing your intuition if you knew it would help you define your entelechy, that inner GPS? So, I encourage you to be in discovery mode with your entelechy and just start writing. All right, let's dive into now my love letter to humanity. Again, this is from a colleague of mine. Given the conditions of the world, I know this will add some lightness and heart to your day. I'm sharing this wonderful missive written by a lovely woman in my animal communication spiritual community. She posted it in our forum. It's a beautiful reminder of Gandhi's "Be the change you wish to see in the world." I hope this soothes you as much as it did me. So here it goes. She writes, I was guided to share. My guides and I, again, what I call the ripple talk. I was feeling heavy because of everything going on. So my guides used tonight's download to remind me of what my job is and isn't. It's not my job to fix. It's not my job to control. It's not my job to take on the emotions. It's not my job to understand the why. All I'm meant to do, and it is plenty, is to be a ripple. Every act of kindness, loving thought, loving action, energy of love I send to another or into the world is a ripple. Every ripple joins with the millions of other ripples being created by others awakened, including every single member of your communities. The ripples join together and create waves of consciousness. And that's how just one person, like me, can affect change in the world. So if you, like me, are feeling uncertain and overwhelmed at the world, Join me and be a ripple. Let's create waves. Isn't that beautiful? Be the change. I love that. And that's called the ripple effect. All right. So I invite you to reach out for a chat, a discovery call with me as you dive into your IntelliKey questions that needs clarity for the fall. Maybe you're seeking more meaning in your life. And remember, what you've accomplished thus far is exactly what you needed to bring you to this place of expansion and questioning what's next for you. Let's discuss your possible life purpose and where do you want to land by December 31st, and where are you headed for 2023? So either DM me on Instagram or schedule and send an email to support@marladiane.com. And let's chat. Let's have a talk about this very important clarification. Yeah. So here we go. Remember to always follow your joy. Sending loads of blessings to you. And bye for now until next episode. Take care. Thanks for listening in. You can find more entrepreneurial stories and resources at marladiane.com. And while you're there, enjoy my 3 free downloads to up-level your business and your life. How about you take a screenshot of this episode and tag me on Instagram by sharing your highlights of what you learned today? I'd love to connect there with you. Until next episode, take care.